Governor Gavin Newsom's recall election is coming up next week. It looks like far-left activists are getting a little bit worried. Look how at least one of them treated Republican gubernatorial frontrunner Larry Elder in Venice Beach, California, yesterday.
Don't touch her, man. Don't touch her, my. Pop in and another. Hey, suck you out, what you do? You ain't grab her ass. You understand me, boy? Maria, whip your head. Hey, for me, boy. You get that sorry piece of out of here. Let's go.
Wow. Republican candidate for the governor's office in California, Larry Elder's with us now to tell us what happened here. I mean, Larry, first of all, love the campaign you're running. Certainly a hope that this is going to lead to victory. I know it's a big ask, but we appreciate you joining us in the midst of this. We only got days away. But an egg was thrown right past your head. It missed, as I understand. What happened here?
Well, it was a woman, I was told it was a white woman, wearing a gorilla mask who threw an egg at me. Now, I have no idea why, what prompted that. I wasn't hungry. My suspicion is she doesn't like Larry Elder. But, you know, this was in an area of Venice where there are a lot of homeless people. And people are frustrated. They're angry. It's not just the homeless population that's in trouble. People around there, people that are living in buildings, children, families. Gavin Newsom, when he ran for mayor of San Francisco back in 2004, promised to end the homelessness problem in that town in 10 years. That would have been 2014. I was just in San Francisco, and I can tell you that the problem is even worse. And they're not doing anything about it. They're not dealing with the underlying reason why people are in the streets in the first place. And this problem needs to be turned over to nonprofits, to churches, to mosques, to synagogues. Government has proved itself to be ineffective in dealing with the problem. And then once people are removed from the streets, they have to have somewhere to go. And because of the environmental extremists in California, the average price of a home just hit $800,000. We're not building low-cost homes to put people. I talked with Dr. Ben Carson, the former HUD secretary, and he told me in the waning days of the previous administration, they had a plan. They had large areas of federal land in California where they were going to build small homes at a fraction of the cost that homes are being built at right now for the homeless. And once people are treated, they have somewhere to go. This problem can be solved over time. But yesterday was an example, Buck, of just the anger, the frustration that residents and even the homeless people have for the failure of government, Gavin Newsom, to deal with this problem.
Larry, I know that the mainstream media has seemed much less outraged about this than they would have if you were a black Democrat running for office in California. I mean, what do you think the response would have been if a Republican in a mask threw an egg at you if you were a Democrat?
Well, you know what the reaction would be. They'd be talking about this in Bangladesh. And if I were a Democrat and some white woman wearing a gorilla mask threw an egg at me, they'd be talking about systemic racism, enduring racism, foundational racism, whatever kind of racism you can come up with. I've never played that game. I don't want people to vote for me because I'm black or vote against me because I'm black, but there is a double standard. It was just a front page in the New York Times was negative about my candidacy, and it never once mentioned that I'm black, never once mentioned that if I were to be elected, I'd be the first black governor of California. Again, I'm not making a big deal out of that. I want to be the first Larry Elder governor of California. However, on the very same front page of the New York Times, Buck, there was an article about the, quote, first female governor of New York, close quote. A woman, by the way, who became governor because the previous one resigned, not because she got elected. But that was a big deal for the New York Times, that first. But Larry Elder, because I have an R at the end of my name, I'm not a first anything. It's just a double standard that I think we ought to be talking about here.
Yeah, Larry, they're very focused, the Democrats, on making sure that Newsom stays in his job and you don't take his job. We know that right now you're the front runner if he gets below that 50% vote threshold that he needs to meet in order to keep his job. They even have Barack Obama coming out to make ads endorsing Newsom. Here's what it looked like.
Hello, Californians. You've got a big choice to make by September 14th. Governor Newsom has spent the past year and a half protecting California communities. Now Republicans are trying to recall him from office and overturn common sense COVID safety measures for healthcare workers and school staff. Your vote could be the difference between protecting our kids and putting them at risk, helping Californians recover or taking us backwards. Protect California by voting no on the Republican recall.
I mean, Barack Obama's not from California. Has spent a lot of time there recently. Interesting. Of course, though, it's just, big name in the Democrat Party. But I want to give you the opportunity to respond to some of what he says in that ad.
Well, he's not the only one who cut an ad. Bernie Sanders cut an ad for him. Senator Warren cut an ad for him. Kamala Harris has weighed in. Joe Biden has weighed in. I'll tell you what they've never said, though, Buck. They never said, and I'm quoting, Governor Gavin Newsom has done a good job for California, close quote. They've never said that. They've talked about this being a Republican takeover. They've not praised him on what he's done about the cost of living. They've not praised him on what he's done about the homelessness problem. They've not praised him on the fact that crime is up 41%, shootings and homicides in Los Angeles. They've not praised him on the fact that for the first time in our state's 170-year history, Californians are leaving. It's never happened before.